Good morning, Blankers. Welcome back to the channel, and boy have we got a couple of cracking vlogs coming up for you guys. I'm so excited. So it is 4:45 in the morning and I've just arrived at my first destination of 2 destinations this week, and the first one is the famous Cromwell Lakes, home of the 30 and 40 pounders. So I left my house this morning at around 3 o'clock because those of you that know this lake, you can ignore this bit, but for those of you that don't, if it's your first time and you're ever coming to Cromwell Lakes, they operate on a first come first serve basis when you get to the gate. So you get to the gate where I am now, and already there are 5 cars in front of me already. So as you go through the gate, you will get given a fob with a number on. Obviously car number 1 will have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And that means that's the choice of swim that you get to pick first. So I was going to leave at midnight, and I thought, no, you won't need to do that, Mark, it'll be fine. So I left at 3 AM and yeah, I'm 5th or 6th in the queue. So yeah, but really nice drive from Stoke straight down the A50 and then the other route. So yeah, nice drive. The sun's coming up, my eyes are tired, and I'm excited, but I don't know whether to try and go sleep. But the sun's obviously up. The sunrise was at about 4 o'clock this morning. Lovely view on the way in. So yes, I've never been here before. Dead excited. I've got 3 nights ahead of me, so I'm going to shut up waffling. Done the intro. I'm going to try and rest my eyes for an hour or 2, and then next time you see me, I'll be down at the peg of my choice. Good afternoon, Blankers. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in as always. And today you join me at the beginning of a 6-night session that's going to be done over 2 of the North's most famous lakes. So today, as you will have gathered from the title, we are at the world famous Cromwell Lakes. So you'll notice I said afternoon, and that is because it was a very early start this morning. I left sunny Stoke-on-Trent at around 3 o'clock in the morning because as it works on this complex, it is first come first serve at the gate. Now, it was very obvious that I didn't set out early enough because I was the 6th car in the queue. So I thought, oh, do you know what, not too bad. However, within those 5 cars in front of me were at least 2 or 3 people. So I had a second to last choice of swim. So I wish I'd have just stayed in bed and got here last and ended up fishing whatever was left anyway. However, that is what it is. I'm guessing it doesn't always happen like that on here, but please feel free to let me know in the comments, and anyone else that's thinking of coming here, if that is more often than not the case, because otherwise some people are getting here the day before and sleeping over. I know some of the Scouse lads that got here, they were here at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, went out for some tea locally and then slept in the car, and then obviously had first choice of swims. Anyway, I'll shut up ranting about that now. So we are in peg 15. So don't know nothing about this place, don't know nothing about the peg. I've never been here before, it's brand new. I am breaking my Cromwell virginity. So apparently it can be quite weedy in this peg, and it puts a lot of people off. Well, I don't mind a bit of weed, so I'm more than happy to be fishing in and around weed, because more often than not you will find carp in and amongst the weeds. So I've not got a rod out yet, I've not put a lead out yet, so like I said, I was knackered, so I've just had an hour or 2 sleep. So it is 12 o'clock now, midday, on day number 1, so I'm going to get the lead out now. I'm going to try and find a few spots amongst the weed, and yeah, I'll come back to you a little bit later on once I've found the spots, and I'll let you know what the plan of attack is from a rig perspective, and also what bait I'm going to be using for this session. So for those of you that have been following my TikTok and Facebook, you will have seen that I have joined a very big bait company, so I'm excited to share some news around that later on. Okay, Blankers, all 3 rods are on the dance floor, and it is, what time are we? 5:30. I feel like I've wasted today, but I feel like I've spent a lot of time trying to find spots. So it's one of those, at least I know I'm fishing and I've not just pub chucked. So anyway, we've got 2 out on chod rigs and we've got 1 out on a solid bag. Yeah, I'm happy. They're presented. Bait of choice, I'm going to go through the bait plan of attack for tomorrow, but we have got the chod rigs. We've got one of the pink DNA half-tone pop-ups, and that's a Secret 7 one, and then the other one, the other chod is on another half-tone. We've gone for the yellow, and that is bug flavoured. So there we are. In the solid bag, I have got one of the orange half-tone dumbbell wafters, which is bug flavoured as well, along with the crayfish pellets from DNA as well. So I'll go through all of the bait tomorrow. Obviously I'm going to be covering off the new bait that I'm going to be using going forward tomorrow, so I'll update you all on that. But it's been a very long day, Blankers, so without further ado, I'm going to enjoy my special milk. Oh, the first sip always tastes the best, so I'm going to enjoy that. I've got the cob ready, so I'm going to have some peri-peri chicken thighs cooked in the cob tonight for my tea. Yeah, I'm just going to sit back and relax now. So if I don't see you in the night with a fish, I'll see you in the morning as always with a cup of tea, some chocolate malted milk biscuits, and we'll figure out the plan of attack for the next 48 hours or so. Morning, Blankers, and boy have I got some stories to tell you after what happened last night, but I'm just going to show you how I load up my bait boat for my margin rod, and what bait I'm using in the approach that got us a bite last night. So first things first, particle, which you can get from the venue. So this is hemp and maize. I'm just going to put probably a couple of scoops of that in there. And then we've got obviously DNA bait, Secret 7. So we've got some whole boilie, chopped boilie, crushed up boilie, and a bit of the crayfish pellet. Putting 2 of them in. And then again the house pellet that they feed, just a light scattering of those, and then the magic ingredient the amino smoke. This is the bug flavour from DNA. It smells absolutely banging. I'm just going to put a light drizzle of that over the top, This is already in the mix anyway, but can't do any harm, can it, blankers? So that is the baited approach, what got us a bite last night. So let's get this out and then we'll have a cup of tea, bit of a catch up, because some strange things happened last night, blankers. So good morning, blankers. There we go, all 3 rods redone. So the carnage that happened last night whilst on live stream on TikTok. So we had a bite on the right hand rod. I have got the footage from TikTok actually, so I'll pop that up now so you can see the bite. I think Florin, they want to put some bait out. It was the rod that was just down the right behind the back of the overhanging tree, which I'll show you now actually. So just there. So I'm probably just at the back of that branch, at the back, about a couple of rod lengths behind there maybe. So yeah, rod bent round double, straight onto it, because you can see I'm very close to my rods, and it was in a weed bed straight away. And I could feel it bobbing its head, and then oop, just pulled. Got everything back, got the rig back and everything, so you know the fish is safe. So yeah, so that happened. And then the left hand rod, which was out at 19 1/4 wraps to sort the gap in the tree, there's like a V out there, that rod melted off and we had a bloody pike. A pike. Got that on footage as well, so on TikTok. So if I've got that, I'll pop it up now so you can see that. Obviously the pike just come off at the net, thankfully, so I didn't have to sort that out. But yeah, so a bit of a mad one last night. Obviously got the rods back out at about 9:30, just before we lost the light. And yeah, a very quiet night, nothing happened in the night. So I was contemplating a move, but I've had a walk around this morning and there's not many pegs coming free. 16 was coming free, but I was speaking to the guy in there. I'm gonna have to swap arms because my arm's aching. The guy in 16 was saying, look, just stay in 15, it's a good peg. I know it's weedy, but find the spots and the fish are there. So I'm going to take his advice. I'm going to stay where I am. The wind is going to be smashing over to the other side of the bank, so sort of pegs 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to be getting the wind in their face, so it's looking favourable for them over there, but none of them pegs are coming free. So I'm going to stick where I am, blankers. So that's the update. It's about 9:15 now, so I'm going to have a nice cup of tea and enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. It's absolutely gorgeous, warm as well, to be fair. So yeah, and I'll catch up with you about lunchtime if anything carpy happens, and the next update we'll go through my proper bait approach. As I mentioned yesterday, we'll go through all of that and all the wonderful DNA bait that I'm going to be using going forward. So I'll see you at lunchtime. Right, that's them rods redone for the night. Fingers crossed. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now, so they're out for the night. Let's talk DNA bait. So firstly, a huge shout out and thank you to the DNA team for offering me a official team member position. So I'm dead excited and really looking forward to get started using this bait on every session, because the reputation of DNA baits, I'm sure you all agree, is absolutely spot on, and I can't wait to start putting some chunks on the bank with it. So let's have a look at what we're using on this session. So boiler wise, to start with, I've gone for the Secret 7 or the S7. Now you'll see that the 5 kilo bag is empty because I've been using it for this session, but that's what it will come in. It comes in like a nice lightweight plastic bag, standard. So that is the boilie of choice, and you'll see here, this is what I've been feeding it in. So I've got the 15 millers, and I've chopped some up, I've crumbed some up, and you'll see now they've been glugged in the Secret 7 liquid, which I'll show you right now. So that's the sort of hydro spod mix that's sort of glugged in, so it's nice and thick syrup, and it just gives them that lovely coating and that shine, which when you put them in the water, you see all the effects and the smoke coming off it, because we've also put the amino smoke, which has obviously got rave reviews. So normally you'd use that in your bags, or well, you can use it on anything, to be fair. That is the bug one actually, but I've got the Secret 7 one as well, and this smells absolutely banging. It reminds me of like chocolatey, nutty, bit like Baileys. It smells a bit like Baileys. Not that I'm going to have a swig of it. So that is sort of the boilie of choice. Then for hook bait wise, for this session, I've gone with the half tones. So the Secret 7 half tones. So I've got a pink and a white on the chod rigs. They smell absolutely banging. So one on pink, one on white, and I had the bite last night on the pink. And on the left rod we've got the half tones again, that's the bug, and we've got a yellow on the left rod, pink on the right, and then on the solid bag rod, so the dumbbell wafters, yellow and orange half tones, we've got an orange washed out on them as well. So yeah, there you go. So that's what I've started with, Blankers. So that's a quick snapshot of the range that I'm using for this session. When we go to the approach on Thursday, so that'll be a separate vlog after this, I am going to be using the bug. So this session I'm going to focus on the Secret 7, the next session will be using the bug. But so far, I mean, I've used this bait before anyway, before I was a team member, but you know, having studied it properly for the past 48 hours, dead impressed, and I'm sure it's going to put some chunks on the bank, and that is where that middle rod just absolutely bursts into life and rattles off. Anytime now, anytime now. Maybe later. Good evening, Blankers. All rods redone, settled in for the night now, so I've just cracked open the special milk, so I'm going to have a couple of these tonight. I'll be live streaming on TikTok from 7 o'clock, which is in about half an hour. Had a few more liners on the middle rod, which is out towards the very tall conifer opposite at 18 wraps, which is a bit of a known spot from this peg. So that's raised the confidence levels. I've got my cob down here, so for tea tonight we've got some lovely lamb minted kebabs, so looking forward to cracking them open, along with, I mean, there's only me, you think I'm cooking for like 20 people, but you know, we've got some more chicken tonight. So we've got some chicken wings, we've got some peri-peri, and we've got some barbecue chicken wings. So yeah, we're gonna have a good bit of grub tonight. Tell you what, I love this cob. If you've not got one, I know I keep harping on about it, but if you enjoy cooking on the bank and you don't like keep having your pot noodles and you know that type of stuff, which is fine in moderation, but there's no reason you can't eat decent on the bank with one of these bad boys. You can cook everything on it, from a Christmas dinner, which you will have seen me do obviously on Christmas Day when I was up at Morton Fisheries, right down to pizzas, barbecue stuff, burgers, chicken wings, whole chickens, joints of beef, or whatever you want. So yeah, they're really, really good. I need to do a separate video on it, to be fair, and show people how it works. But yeah, I absolutely love it. So that being said, I'll shut up waffling. Fingers crossed we get a bite tonight and we can land this one. So I'm on the rods, I'm ready to go. Bite time from this peg did happen. I think it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so we're coming up to that time now. So it's in the hands of the carp gods tonight now, so we will see. So I'll keep you updated if anything carpy happens tonight. You'll see me, otherwise I'll see you in the morning with a brew and maybe a couple of cheeky cheesy oatcakes with a bit of brown sauce. Boosh, come on the chunks. Morning blankers, and a very quiet night. And as you will have seen, the rods are not out at the minute. I am just thinking about what I can do differently for the last 24 hours, because that's all that's left of this session. And as it stands, we're on a fat blank. I'm not going to include the pike, obviously, because that was not the intended species. So again, the lake's still very busy. There's peg 18 is free, but it's sort of fishing the same water, and it's not too dissimilar to where I am now, so I don't think that's worthwhile. So I'm going to stay where I am, obviously, and I think I'm going to go for a solid bag approach on all 3 rods for the last 24 hours. Just try something different, just little parcels of bait maybe in between the weed. Could do me a fish rather than, not that I've been putting a load of bait out, but don't know, maybe the fish in here are used to seeing pop-ups, used to seeing choddies and Ronnie rigs, so maybe a little solid bag. I mean, I'm sure they see plenty of solid bags as well, but it's not as in your face as maybe a pink or a white or a yellow pop-up. So I think that's going to be the plan of attack blankers for the next 24 hours. So I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea. I'm going to keep watching the water, because I think I've seen one fish show the whole time I've been here, and I've got quite a good view of the lake, to be fair. I bet I can see 65–70% of the lake from here. So yeah, not been showing or giving themselves away this part of the lake. So yeah, I'll keep watching the water. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, we've literally got 24 hours to go. So I'll enjoy my brew and make up some new solid bag rigs, tie them up and get them on the dance floor, and see if we can make it happen that way. Almost forgot to show you the obligatory cow biscuits, chocolate edition. You know, the skull blankers. You've got to have a few of these each morning when you're on the bank. I wouldn't like to think how many packs of these I've got through over the years. And Aldi chocolate malted milk, if you are watching, feel free to drop me a message for a sponsorship. You know, I'm more than happy to promote this brand of chocolate biscuit. There's just something special, isn't there, about sitting in your bivvy, listening to the rain, watching the water, enjoying your cup of tea. Nothing else compares to this, does it, blankers? Nothing else compares to this. Okie doke blankers, good evening. It's about 9:30 now, going into the last night. We just had a bit of a, not sure if it was an aborted take, if I've been done, or if it was just a proper savage liner on the right rod while I was on TikTok live. But rod tip bent round to the right, it's that margin spot again. And then the rod tip was just nudging, like as though it was like a bream, but there's no bream in here. So it kept doing that for about a minute or so. So I struck into it, felt a little bit of resistance, then hit a load of weed. So I'm not sure what that was. So I had to redo that rod. So just cast the solid bag straight back out on the spot. So yeah, there we go. The lake is looking absolutely glorious this evening. So I've just got everything tidied away and packed up ready, because I've got to be off for 9 o'clock. You have to be away for 9 o'clock, so it's a little bit of an earlier start than I'd like, but it's okay. So everything's nice and tidy, ready to go, so we can be away in the morning. But fingers crossed we get a chance. I don't know if we will. It feels like it's not going to happen. You know, one of them sessions where your confidence levels aren't as high as you'd like them. We've had a pike, we've lost a carp in the weed. it's just one of them sessions. I lost my deeper, but I managed to get my deeper back. So it's just been one of them sessions where things just haven't gone quite to plan, but that's fishing, isn't it? Sometimes that happens. So but it's still, nevertheless, I've absolutely really enjoyed my time here. And as we go into the last night, there's always a chance them 3 solid bags are out there doing it, so you never know. So if you don't hear from me in the night, I will see you in the morning with a bit of a ending to this vlog. But we've got lots to look forward to because I am off home tomorrow. But then so tomorrow's Wednesday, then Thursday morning, so another 24 hours, I will be on my way up to the Approach Fishery in Leeds. So looking forward to another 3 nights up there. So all is not lost, but I'm not writing this session off just yet. So fingers crossed the carp gods give us one more chance and we can try and land one of the Cromwell 30s or 40s. So I'll probably see you in the morning, but hopefully in the night. Well, good morning, you beautiful people. And unfortunately, I had a very good night's sleep. Nothing carpy happened. I had a couple of line bites again this morning. It's the same time as I always have. About 6:30, 7 o'clock, the right-hand rod, which is just at the back of this overhanging tree. Maybe it's a patrol route for the carp, I don't know, but that's obviously where we had the bite and lost the fish from. So yeah, everything's packed down now. Just the rods left. I'm going to start taking the first load of stuff up now, so I'm going to get these in because I don't fancy doing it in one trip because I will probably collapse. Need to get a little bit fitter or get a power barrow. Probably should get a bit fitter. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, Blankers. My first blank in a while. So yeah, I don't know how to take that. It's been a while since I've blanked, but nevertheless, I've truly enjoyed this session. Obviously my first time here at Cromwell Lakes, and I definitely will be back. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue, so if you're thinking of coming here, stop thinking about it and get it booked. Beautiful place, pegs are brilliant, facilities are brilliant, fish are absolutely stunning. There's not really much more that you could ask for. So yeah, I am now going to pack up and get myself home because we're off to the Approach Fisheries tomorrow. So I need to get my rest in tonight, get everything set up again, ready to go for another 3-night session tomorrow. So yeah, I will end this vlog here. Thank you for watching, and then hopefully in another few days time you'll have the Approach video to watch. So I'll see you all soon, Blankers. Tight lines, take care, and good luck if you're out on the bank doing it.